Welcome to another edition of Recruit Nation Sports with Coach Ann and Coach Creek. Coach Creek is out for the day, so I'm taking the reins of the show today. Today we're live with Micah Sanders. He's an athlete out of Texas. He attends Timberview High School. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Timberview High School. He's a defensive end, slash outside linebacker, long snapper, special teams, and he said football is everything to him. So we're gonna find out how much football means to him, his goals, his aspirations, what he wants to do, and we're gonna talk a little bit about what he plans to do at our Recruit Nation College Prospect Showcase this weekend, the 29th at Timberview High School in Arlington, Texas. We'll have more details about that later. So, Mike, nice to have you on tonight. This afternoon. How are you?
Good, sir. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, we're glad to have you here. We're very excited to have you. It's just great to have the young kids on the show. Like to know about your goals, your aspirations. What you want to do with your college academic and athletic career. We just want to hear more about you. So you can start that off right now by just telling us a little bit about yourself, your football, your athletic background. This doesn't have to be football; it could be all sports. Let everybody know. Let the viewers know. About you.
Okay. I started playing football when I was in about seventh, eighth grade. I always wanted to play football, but never had the real chance to really get out there and play it. And so once I was able to move with my dad, I ended up starting football in the seventh, eighth grade.
Okay.
And at first, and now I hear when people say like you have those times when you remember how bad you were, and I was like, yeah, I was terrible. I was like, I barely watched the games, but I watched what I could, and but still, going out there, I was terrible. And of course, everybody wants to be either the quarterback or receiver. And you go out there and you're like, hey, it's not that easy. It's definitely not what you just think it is in your mind, and it definitely teaches you how to have a good work ethic and how to truly work and how everything you do matters and everything counts. But yeah, when I started playing, I've always been a DN. Literally, everyone's like, "You've never played receiver or corner or anything," and I was like, "Yeah, but I've always been on the D line, and that's just something that actually is special to me because I enjoy the actual physicality of it." And yeah, people might say I'm smaller, I don't have the weight, but I have the height and the length. I enjoy the physicality being there, and I like to go back and forth with the linemen all the time.
Oh,
So,
all day, right?
yes,
Well,
sir.
football is a humbling sport. Like it'll let you know. It'll let you know very quickly. What I'm saying, where you stand and how good you are and where you need to improve at, or if you need improvement. Those things show up very quickly in a practice. Much less a game. So
Yeah.
it's good. So you're a DN. So I guess with your height and everything, you're a stand up DN. You're a rush DN. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So let's just ask right now. Let's get that question out of the way. How tall are you? Like how tall are you?
I'm 6'3",
Are you 6'3"? And how much do you weigh?
200 now.
You said how much?
200.
So 6'3", 200. So
Work
you
out.
got so you got a frame. So you got a good frame to grow. Put on a couple more pounds.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
might ask you to put your hand in the dirt, or they
Yeah,
might
they
ask
they
you to
do that
play
now.
linebacker.
Even last year, the guy I was behind was Ram Stevenson, and I believe he's going to Washington University. And between me and him, I was behind him. And the thing was, we were playing outside linebacker last season for like 3 games, and then they were like, "Nah, we need y'all back on the line to actually get that knockback and that rush that we need to get
Yeah.
force the ball out more, get a sack or whatever." So they was like, "Yeah, we're gonna put y'all back on the line." And I really had to realize how much I had to step up because when we were dealing with COVID, he ended up being out the first few weeks because of contact. So I had to step up everything. Like I had to play better, either like him or better than him. So I had to set my own image out there, and I had to really work harder. And it wasn't that I didn't before, but I was like, I'm behind him. I know what he can do, and I know what I can do, and I know which one of us is probably gonna get in more. And I was like, but when that time came, I was like, this is my time, and everyone was like, this is your time to show up and show out. So
Yeah, that's when.
they needed me there, I was there, and I was doing everything I could to help the team. And I was like, all these different guys, the big guys, and even the smaller guys, it was like they were all so special and unique. And I was like, man, who do I look like being the junior coming in, playing over some of the seniors and having to start the first few games? And
Yeah,
so it really helped boost my confidence, but it also humbled me at the same time. Like it's not it's up here now, and it's like you're not playing JV or freshman anymore. You're starting on a Friday night game, and it's more important winning than it is losing.
so let's talk about that right now. That's, like, you had to step up to the plate. Now, Texas high school football is its own different animal. It's
Yep.
like it's a culture. You guys are very serious. Like, I've talked to coaches from Alabama, I've talked to coaches from Florida, I've talked to coaches from
Definitely.
New Jersey, you know, talked to coaches from California, everywhere. And the general consensus, even with my football experience knowing everything, is that Texas is just like a whole different animal. It's like it's like generations
I
of families have played for the same town, and
Yep. I'm like I hear that all the time. I'm like, yeah, everybody. You might hear like football in these different parts of the United States and stuff, or all over the country, but they know Texas is the one spot where they may have some of the biggest or smallest, most physical dudes, like definite powerhouse dudes that are willing to work, and they gonna do what they gotta do. And football is a thing out here more than anything.
yeah. So just give me kind of an overview of just like Texas high school football, because to me it's kind of mythological. It's almost like okay, you play Texas high school football. Everybody in the single town knows you. Like, people are asking you, you're eating dinner with your family, and they're asking you how you feel about Friday's game and stuff like that. Is it really like that, or is it kind of a myth?
No, it's definitely like that. Like you'll have
Oh,
competition with this school and the school right after, and it'll be like even this year when we didn't get to play Red Oak, but we wanted to play them so bad because of the rivalry set back in 2014. We're like, this gonna be our year to come and get them, and then they got
wow.
out because of COVID, and we were like, oh well.
So
But
it's like Friday Night Lights a little bit then, for real.
Friday Night Lights is, man, it is what it is. It's all in the name. Like seriously, varsity game, I was like, hey, this is different. And even this year, starting on most of the special teams, I was like, this is different. I had to learn how to move faster, and I was like, it's not the pace of a JV freshman game where you're just like either nonchalant or like, okay, you can win, but you can lose, and you're like, okay, whatever. But when you're on that varsity game, they make it's like embedded in you that winning is a must at all costs, little thing, like
So how is
literally.
so
And
so how
they're
is
always on us about doing little things right.
so how is that varsity game experience? Like, are there like thousands of fans in the stadium, or like, like, is everybody there? Like, like, how is that atmosphere?
Yeah, like even in the playoffs, like we had like Mansfield and like even some of the other schools we played, they were at our games and stuff, and it was good to see them. And it's like the stands is packed. Like literally this year, it was like
Oh, no. 1 second, guys. Try to get him back. Here.
oh, I don't know what just happened.
All
You
right,
said
it's all right. So you're talking about Mansfield, right?
yeah, yeah, but as far as the stands and stuff, it's definitely packed. And I was talking about how our stands will be going back and forth between the other stands, and the real time I realized it was Ennis, we were just warming up, and we already had our fans yelling at the other side, and I was like, we're just warming up. We ain't even got
Wow.
started with the game, and that lets you know how serious it is out here. Like,
Wow, that's crazy. I always wanted to, see this the myth of that. It's just like, you see it on TV and you're like, it can't really be like that. Like, it can't really be that crazy. Like, it can't really be like you might be at Walmart just trying to buy something, trying to buy some cereal,
right,
and then someone comes up and says your whole entire name. They're like, hey, that's Micah Sanders. That's a defensive end for
yeah,
saying for Timberview. We got to watch out for him. And you're just like, I'm just trying to get some Lucky Charms or something like that.
right. Right. I hear that one for sure.
Yeah, you know what? But that's an amazing thing, and that's actually a blessing, man. Because
Yeah,
a lot of places, a lot of kids I talk to, they don't have that type of experience, and they don't get to have that feeling. It's almost like a feeling of being a professional,
yeah,
or like That's why I think a lot of guys that go to play college football and they come from Texas, the big stadiums don't phase them because they see that every Friday. There's like,
yeah.
you know, we see
They're like,
20,000 people at a game, but
right,
actually more than that, probably like 60,000 at a
yeah.
high school game.
Like even our stadium, they cut it down to 50%, but we were allowed like 100,000 in there on the regular. So
Wait,
that
wait,
most,
wait, 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 wait. Your high school stadium has how many? Can fit how many people?
I think they were saying like 100,000. I was
And you
like,
have fifty
that's
thousand
not a.
people at.
And
How does it feel to play?
even cutting it in half, it was still a lot of people there.
How does it feel to play in front of 50,000 people all the time?
It was nerve wracking at first, and it was nerve wracking for me. Literally,
You don't
I
want to make mistakes and stuff.
yeah, like literally, it was like being in a regular practice. You're like, all right, you can mess up with these dudes, and the lights just hit you for the first time, and you're like, man, like I got goosebumps and everything. I was so nervous. I was like, dude, I really can't mess up because this is on TV, somebody's recording.
Oh
It
boy,
means more now.
everybody's gonna see it, right?
Yeah, like
So,
I'm like, if I mess up, everyone's gonna see it, and I might get blocked for it.
oh my God, it's that bad, huh? So,
Yeah, like seriously.
wow. So, so tell me, what I guess I don't know much about Texas high school football, but what classification does Timberview play in?
We're Division 2 5A.
So I guess 5A is the really big schools. If I'm thinking you have 100,000 seat
Yeah,
stadiums.
I think somewhere around there. I know it goes 6A and they got 7A, but like the first game we played, they're a 6A school.
Wow. So
Yeah,
there's schools that are bigger.
yeah. We played Bixby and they're in Oklahoma.
Wow, that's crazy. I don't even, I don't even have time to explain that how
Yeah,
how the cross state games work, how
right.
the cross state games work. But that's insane. That's
Yeah.
insane. Um, so I know Timberview's made the playoffs, right? A
Yes, sir.
couple of times.
Yes, sir.
You said what? Did you make the
Yes, sir.
playoffs last year?
Yes, sir. We actually went 3 rounds deep this past year.
3 rounds deep, and so
Yep.
so that's right before the championship, right?
Yep. We ended up getting to Lovejoy, and then that game went. It was like an ups and downs, and it was a high scoring game, literally. But they beat us on that day, and that's all we can respectfully say. But all we
Yeah.
know is we're coming back this year, so we can come back and beat them.
So your coach, James Brown, Coach Brown, right?
Yes, sir.
I know he's a good guy and
Yep.
stuff like that. So, I know what kind of coach is Coach Brown? What kind of coach is he?
To be honest, he was everything from a high school coach to maybe a college and NFL coach that you would think of. Like he's the one where he'll know how to talk to certain people
Uh
and
huh.
how to get you in check the right way, and also how to fix you, and everything he says. Like he doesn't always have a strong meaning behind it, but you know how where he's coming from when he says it. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that's great.
But
That's great.
he's very impactful, and he's always with the team
So he's
like that's the team. and he's such a good coach. I'm like, I didn't want to leave him going out of high school. I'm like, he's a good coach. I wanted to stay. You know what I mean?
You want to take them with you. You want to take them with you. That's good though. That's good.
Yeah,
That's you have a coach. Obviously, you have a coach that's prepared you for the next level. So let's talk about that. What are your aspirations for the next level? I know you want to play at the next level, but what are some of your favorite schools? Where are schools that you want to play at that that you like?
of course, everyone's gonna say Oregon because that's just the school to go to now. But some of
Wow.
the schools I've been looking at since I was younger was like Tuskegee and Iowa and Florida State University. One of the recent schools I've been looking at more is Mississippi State. I've
Okay.
been looking at them a lot more. I ended up having a dream not too long ago that I was in the locker room and all of a sudden I came out and I was talking to Mississippi State and
Well,
I was like, this is a crazy real dream.
Well, no, it can become a reality. I've seen it. One of the kids at our previous showcases, Kyle Holiday, he ran a 4.39 at our showcase, and he got an offer that same day from Mississippi State University, like that same day, and then he won the All America game and played pretty well in it the next day. So it's
That,
very possible. It's very possible. And you got a 6'3", 200-pound frame. You're still growing. You're still growing into your body because you don't pretty much don't stop growing as a male until you're like about 22,
yeah.
23 anyway. So you got some more time. You might put on another inch, maybe two. Stranger things have happened. I've seen
That,
it.
that's what all my coaches talk to me about. They're like, you got to get a big girl or something like that, and they're like, I'm like, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm
They
like,
want you to
they're
eat a
like,
little more.
yeah, they're always like, you just need to go eat, and I'm like, I'm
Hey,
doing that too. It's just,
Hey, tried and true formula: protein shake before you go to bed
yeah,
with a double decker peanut butter sandwich. It
yeah,
works. It works. It's you have to be consistent with it, but it works.
yeah. It started working for me for a little bit, but eating the
Yeah.
peanut butter sandwich for about 2 3 weeks, my jaw started getting tired, and I was like,
You
I,
gotta eat it. You
I had to
gotta
fight
eat it.
for
You
it.
gotta eat these. I'm like, before I go to bed, I gotta eat this, and then I'm out, and then I'm done. But yeah. As for your aspirations, that's great. Tuskegee's one of our schools that they've been to a couple of our showcases. They've offered a couple of our guys and stuff like that. I think they may be coming on Sunday. Um, so that's going to be good. That's going to be a boom for you there. So yeah. So let's talk about just before we get off, we talk about our showcase real quick. Um, so like tell me about it. You excited? I know you're excited to be there. I know a lot of your teammates, your Timberview teammates, they're going. Any of your rivals going? Are any of your rivals going to the showcase
Uh,
as well as teammates?
not that, not that I know of that I haven't been able to talk to
Not
about
yet.
it. I've been in contact with them. I'm like, I just know most of my teammates are going, and I'm like, I've been encouraging them. I was like, when I first found out about it, I was like, hey, you guys need to sign up and get going to this camp. Whatever we can do to get there, we all need to go
And
and get that experience.
they all signed up after you.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. They were all signing up before me because I was waiting to get paid right before then, and I was like, okay, they paid for it. I got to get in there now. So
Yeah, they
it's
ready
definitely
to.
taken care of now.
Yeah, they ready to go, man. Yeah, they ready to go. It's gonna be
But
good because there's gonna be a lot of things going down
yeah,
at that camp and stuff like that. So before we get off and stuff like that, is there anybody you want to shout out? Anybody you want to talk to? What I'm saying, anybody you want to come from? It could be friends, coaches, anybody.
uh, definitely want to shout out, like you said, to Coach Brown and the Timberview coaching staff for just training me and building me up to be a great young man and a great athlete, and also a great
Mm,
student as well in the classroom. And
mm.
just for all that they have done for me, adversity and everything, good ups and downs, and all that they done for me and supported me. Definitely shout out. I don't know. I'm not sure if Andre Kojo is going, but it's always a battle between me, him, and Caleb Davis that always at practice. It's always a competition between us. So definitely shout out to the O line and then
Okay, shoot, Caleb Davis, O line, all those guys out there. You know, we might see some of them on Sunday. You know, see what happens. You know,
yes, sir.
when the Timberview, it's the Wolf Pack or is it the Wolves?
Yeah, it's both really the Wolf Pack and
What you prefer being called, the Wolf Pack, right? Sounds cooler, right?
yeah, Timberview, really the Wolves.
Yeah, all right, yeah, it sounds a little cooler. So
Yeah,
before we get on, I'm just gonna tell everybody, our Recruit Nation College Prospect Showcase will be at Timberview High School on May 29th, 7700 South Watson Road, Arlington, Texas. Like I said again, combine testing speed clinic, offense defense specialist, 1-on-1 and 7-on-7 recruiting fair and college meet and greet. Colleges attending: McMurray, Texas Lutheran Trinity, Midwestern State, Texas Permian Basin, East Texas Baptist, Ava Maria, special guest, corn blue kicking instructors, specialists, and more. So we got it all covered. Micah, thank you for being on today. Stay on with me when we log out of the show. It was just a pleasure having you on, man. Can't wait to see you on Sunday. Can't wait to see you compete to go to the regionals. You look like you might be able to get to the regionals. We'll find out how you test and how you score. And as I always say, bring your name, build your game. And as Coach Creek says, outwork everybody. Mike, you got any words for everybody going out?
yes, sir. Can you repeat that, sir?
Yeah, no, so you got any words for the people, you know what I'm saying, before we leave out? Peace.
Uh, Definitely be encouraged. Play Smash Mouth football. That's my as Coach Rick Jones.
Hey, tips for the Micah, man. See you guys later. Thanks, guys.